Howdy. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we do our trackable marketing for restaurants, bars, essentially hospitality businesses that want to run advertising on Facebook and Instagram and see how many people come in, how much they spend, if they're first time customers, if they've had a good experience or not. Now, I broke this mic the other day, so if it sounds terrible, that's my bad. So what I might do is I might show you what the ad looks like now. Hopefully it's going to pop up on screen magically. And then I'll also show you sort of what it looks like when you go through click the send message button and you go through. So what I will do is I'll also show that on screen. And while you're seeing this pop up, I just want to remind you that I did a full breakdown of how to go to Facebook, how to make the ads, how to use the software ManyChat, which is what we use to build out this advertising flow such that we get the customer's data, provide them with the coupon, and so they can show it when they come into the venue. But what I'm going to do in this video, so if you haven't seen that out, please check that out. I'm going to put a link below, above, definitely below. So go watch that, because I think it'd be really good to have a good understanding of that first. Before diving into this video. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to jump into the computer and I am going to break down the reporting and tracking that we use so that we can present to venues how many people have come in, how much they've spent, all this sort of stuff. Because if you're a venue, you've probably seen two things. One is you've probably got marketing done in the past and they haven't been able to track it, and then you feel good, and then after a few months you're like, hey, look, these photos are really nice, these ads are great, but how much money am I making? So this video will help you if you want to do it in-house to do that and actually track a result. But also you've probably seen other agencies out there like us, and there's a bunch of other people out there who are doing trackable marketing, and you're wondering like, what is this trackable marketing for restaurants thing? So this video will show you what it is in most of the cases. If they're not using this system, then typically they're using some other coupon voucher system where they can track how many redeems there has been. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to dive into the computer and show you how we do the tracking. In the comments below will be a link to, like I said, that older video. There will also be a link to the GoogleSheet template that we use for tracking. There will also be a link to the ManyChat flow that we use to build everything out. So you should have everything you need there. If you're going through this video and you have questions, and I do believe I say it when I'm in the computer as well, the best way to ask these questions, if they're technical, is to just make a Loom video. So go to loom.com, make a video with your question, put it in the comments, and then I can make a Loom video in response showing you how I would troubleshoot it, because there will be issues. No doubt there will be issues. But everything here is based off logic. ManyChat's based off logic. Google Sheets are based off logic. So it'll just be something logical that's gone wrong. So I can help you troubleshoot that if you have any problems. So let's dive into the computer and get into it. Okay, so now that I'm in the computer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down this tracking template in a little bit more detail so that you can build your own and sort of see what we're doing here and why we're doing it in a certain way. I wouldn't recommend copying it exactly. What I would recommend is coming up with the key metrics or the KPIs that you really want to show your clients, and then figuring out how you can build a system that gets that data easily. What we found was sending out monthly reports to clients was really a hassle, and most of them wouldn't look at it, and it would take a lot of time for us to do. So I would recommend giving it a go, but you'd probably want to start sending out really, really simple reports to begin with, and just say, hey, if you want more information, email us here. So what we did is we'd just send them a roundup email each month to the venue and say, hey, we'll just use these ones typically. There was 500 opt-ins, let's say. There was 60 redemptions. The average check was $40, resulting in a revenue of blah, blah, blah. So and then at the bottom of the email we'd say, if you want more, please respond to this email saying more in-depth report, and we'll send one over within 48 hours or within 72 hours or whatever you think is reasonable. And then you can give them a more full breakdown of what's going on if they ask for it. But 95% of venues won't ask for it, because to be honest, a lot of them, like, they're operating off emotion anyway. So even if you can say, hey, look, I've got heaps of people coming through the door, if emotionally they don't feel that, then they're not going to keep paying. But being able to report is super valuable, and especially if you are a venue yourself, you really do want to report. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. So this will be linked below. You're going to want to go File, make a copy, and I'm going to do this of, the copy is going to be tracking template, and then what you do is change this. Example. So here's the copy that I've made. Please don't edit the main one because that'll edit it for everyone. So you're going to come here and make a copy. And as you can see on the top right, I've got a little key here. So the red stuff is updated at the start, the pinky stuff is updated at the end of each month, and the more orange stuff is auto-populated through ManyChat. So what I'd do is you'd come in here, this is how we've set up, and let's say your monthly ad spend was $500, and the monthly marketing fee that we were charging them, let's say was $650, okay? What these red things are, is some of these we don't ask for how much money they're spending. For example, if we're doing a birthday promotion, which I think I've made a video on in the past, if I haven't, I'll definitely make one on in the future, we're not going to ask them their average check when they make these birthday bookings, but the venue knows the average spend per person roughly on a birthday booking. So let's just say it's a relatively nice restaurant, so on average they're going to spend $45 per person, let's just say. That's maybe a main and one drink on average. You can go through and fill these out. We don't really do the small plate bots or the date night bots or the girls night or boys night bots much anymore. They worked really well for some venues. Essentially what they were is some venues don't do table bookings, but we still wanted to run birthday promotions. So you could run birthday promotions for a small plate, meaning that, let's say you're a smaller sushi restaurant, and you might do like free XYZ on your birthday if you don't take table bookings. Date night bot, similar idea. You just are running promotions around date nights and tracking how people are coming in. Girls night, boys night, again, you're running promotions around girls nights or boys nights with a promotion, tracking them when they're coming in. Cost of goods. So most venues operate between 25 to 35% of the cost of goods. The reason why we're wanting all this information is because we actually want to know if we're making the money. Like, many agencies out there, and I completely understand why, you are trying to fluff it up a little bit so they always feel good about the results they get, because it can be quite punishing a lot of the time to feel like you've done all this work on the marketing front and they're not actually making that much money. But without actually solving that problem, you're never really going to be successful. So we have to track the cost of goods, and unfortunately with the restaurant industry it's quite high. So you can say like, hey look, we did a 2-for-1 burger promotion and they spent $50 or whatever, but they've had to do 2 burgers, cost of goods, they haven't made that much money, okay? Month 1 cost of offer, So what we're doing here is if we're doing a 2-for-1, we also need to know the cost of the free thing we're providing them, right? So let's say, for example, we're going to do 2-for-1 fried chicken. The cost of the fried chicken is going to cost, the free fried chicken that we're giving them, let's just say costs $5. Okay, so that's what we're putting in here. And as you know, the cost of the next offers, you put them in there as well. Venue name, we're going to do it off Daniel's ManyChat account. So Daniel's Burgers, program type, and this is just internal information. Would be like database, coupon, program, something like this. Okay, so that's the information that you need to update at the start. At the end of each month, we'd want to come in here and update the total reach, total engagement. The reason why we don't have an integration with Facebook to pull this in is because they're all really, really expensive. And we found it's easier to just have a VA go and do it, or you do it yourself. Again, it is a bit fluffy. Like telling a venue, hey, we reached 20,000 people. They'll feel good about that for the first month, and then after that, they won't care because they just care about the money that they're making. And that's completely fair enough, because what you're selling them isn't reach, you're selling them people in the door, bums on seats. Total spent on ads. So we want to put in how much we spent total on ads. So the monthly ad spend is 500, so after one month it'd be 500, after 2 months it'd be 1,000, etc. Same with total spent on fee. Month 1 opt-ins, month 2 opt-ins, month 3 opt-ins into the database. So how this is going to happen is at the end of month 1, you're just going to put the number in here. So if total opt-ins at the end of month 1 is 500, you're just going to put 500 in here. And then at the end of month 2, let's say it's 1,000, you'd go 1,000 minus 500 equals this one. We used to have it, set up so that this would equal this minus this, which is fine, but the problem is it's going to be filled with data before we even get to that month, and so it can be a little bit confusing. So we just do it manually each time. It's fine. I'm sure you can definitely make a way better reporting Google Sheet than this, but this is the way that we're doing it. But feel free to write your own code to make it make more sense to you. So what I might do from here is, as you can see, all these ones should automatically get pulled in through the ManyChat flow that I'm going to be using. Is I will build this flow out on ManyChat, and in the last video that will be linked below, that'll show you exactly how to actually do the build. So I might just quickly do that now and then jump ahead to showing you an example. Okay, so what I am going to do now is I am going to just test the flow and show you how the data pulls in to ManyChat. So let's go and do that. Okay, so now we're ready to test the flow. One thing that I would say is before you test a flow, you really do want to just go into the contacts on ManyChat and delete yourself as a contact. So let's see if we can find me. Just delete myself. So here I am. So you want to delete contact, get data. This way it's going to remove all the tags that have previously been applied to you while testing flows. And that way they should operate like you're a first time customer into the bot. So I'm just going to go to the add intro and click edit flow and then click preview and messages. And click preview. And here we go. So this is the first message. This is me testing earlier. Howdy Hawana, your coupon is on its way. We just have a few quick questions for you. And as you can see, I have pulled into here already. And then you're going to click the notify me button. If you were having issues with this notify me button popping up while going through the last video, the reason that would be is because you need to go to the advanced settings in Messenger and allow for messaging outside of a 24-hour window, which will allow you to use this button. So then I'm going to put my email in, and as you can see, email has popped up here. Okay, awesome. Lastly, enter your phone number. And again, the phone number should auto-populate in here because Facebook knows your phone number, and then it will pull it into here, or it should pull it into here. Okay, let's just quickly troubleshoot this. Why isn't it pulling it into here? So if I go to, it's probably good that we do some troubleshooting while we go. If you go to welcome, and then this is going to be the email question and then the phone number question. So what are we doing here? So we are asking for a phone number. We're saving that phone number. Okay, so probably you'd want to save it to system field. And then we are updating the row. I'm just checking that we're updating it to the correct sheet. Checking phone number. Okay, so what we were likely doing wrong is I likely had it set up such that this was saving as a custom field, and we really want it to be saving to a system field, so I just need to have this ticked on, because what I'm seeing here is that I'm putting the system field phone into this phone number thing. So if I click publish, and then preview, and go from this step, I'm hoping that this will allow me to just go back to this and put my phone number in. Lastly, enter your phone number. Okay, now for my phone number in. So hopefully it's now saved as a system field and filled into here. Okay, and it has. So that is how you solve that problem. Right, here's your 2-for-1 fried chicken coupon. This is just not pulling up at the moment because ManyChat's having a weird thing. I can see that on my phone. It will be pulling up. Hold on a second. Yeah, so it does work on my phone. So I wouldn't worry about that for now. If this is continuing to be an issue for you where the coupon isn't pulling up, so the coupon should look something like this. What is happening? So the coupon should look something like this. If it's not populating or not showing up on your phone, then that'd be odd, but ManyChat is having a little bit of issues with images right now, but I wouldn't worry about that. So then what we're going to do is you're going to click redeem coupon, and then it's going to ask you to redeem coupon again. Okay, great. So now if you go to redemption data, you can see that I pulled in because I've redeemed the fried chicken coupon. How much was my bill? I'm going to say it was $50 total. So now that I've spent $50 on this first offer, which was fried chicken, is this your first time to Daniel Batchelor, to venue name? yes, this was my first time. What would you rate your experience from 1 to 5? So I'm just going to say I had a bad experience. So if you have a 4 or a 5, what we're going to do is send you to a Google review. But I'm going to say I had a bad experience, 1. So here that, could you please let us know how we could do better next time? Poor service, let's just say. So if they're giving a bad review, we don't send them to leave a review. We obviously just ask for feedback, okay? And then the feedback data, as you can see, I've accidentally said it's for offer 3, so I can go and change that. Should be for offer 1. Ta-da. So feedback, and the feedback flow, it's going to say offer 3 somewhere here. Thanks for that. It's first time, done before. Oh, right at the beginning we said offer 3. So let's just go through this again and I'll find where it says offer 3. Open. Set offer to 3. So this is where you can see this offer 3 pulled in because of this. So we're just going to change this to 1. I'm not going to go through the whole flow again. I'm just going to change this here. Okay, so hopefully now you see how it pulls through subscriber data, then it pulls through redemption data, then it pulls through feedback data. And now on here, we can go through and I'll just show you what a few of these mean. So total opt-ins is just how many people have come through subscriber data. So currently there's 1. Cost per opt-in is going to be your total opt-ins. Is it? Yeah, it's going to be your total opt-ins divided by your total amount spent on ads. That makes sense. Total emails is how many emails are in the subscriber data tab. Same with phone numbers, phone number tab. Birthdays collected, same with birthdays. So the way that we've set this up is now that you've already got my email and phone number, if I opt in for another coupon, let's say a 2 for 1 burgers coupon that you're on a month 2, instead of asking for email or phone number, the flow's going to ask for your birthday. Okay, so that's the third bit of data. The reason why we don't do it all in the one flow at the beginning is because we find that asking too many questions stops people. So that's why we do it. Those 2 on the first time they enter, and the next time they enter, we ask for a different piece of information with this, which is their birthday. Okay, and then again, redemptions, it pulls how many people on the redemption data, the average check, so how many people, adding this up and then dividing it by the amount of people. Coupon sales, just the total amount of sales. So because some people don't enter the average check, we just do the average check multiplied by the amount of redemptions, which is why this is 45. The percentage of people that redeemed offer 1, so from opt-ins to redemptions, list redemptions, ad redemptions. So essentially, if they're coming off the ad or if they're coming off the list, determines whether it's going to be list redemptions or ad redemptions. So obviously month 1, they're all going to be ad redemptions. Birthday bookings, all this. And then what this is going to do is, so then you've got your total coupon revenue, your total redemptions, your cost of coupon offers, etc., etc. And what you're going to do is at the end of month 1, you're going to put your total coupon revenue down here. So your total redemptions down here. You're going to put your totals down because at the end of month 1, your month 1 is also your total, okay? And at the end of month 2, you're going to come and you're going to put this, your total minus month 1 is your month 2. And your month 3 will be your total minus your month 1 and your month 2 is your month 3, right? So we just then pull everything down. So hopefully this explains how, and again, this is total visits, total new visits, total return visits. So hopefully again, this explains how we do our tracking. So essentially we build a Google Sheet that pulls in all this data. And if you have any issue with any of them, because no doubt there'll be mistakes in the sheet, you're just going to click on them and you're going to read essentially what the formula is. So, right, let's just do birthdays collected. So it's going to go to subscriber data, which is this one here, and you're going to look at, essentially it's counting the amount of inputs in the G column minus 1. Subscriber data, G column minus 1. Why are we minusing 1? Because there's obviously something in this top cell here, so we're going to minus that off there. So hopefully this makes sense and helps some people out. Again, below I will link the first video that explains how to do the build out. I'll link this tracking template. I'll also link the ManyChat flow. So you should have everything you need to do this for yourself, for your own venue, or if you are helping other local businesses out or local venues out through this. I hope this has been helpful. If you have questions, please leave them below. I'll do my best to get to it. If they are quite technical, what would be really helpful to me would be if you made just a quick Loom recording explaining the issue and just put that link in below, and then I can make a Loom recording and respond with that below in the YouTube comments as well, and we can go from there. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Please ask for future videos of what you'd like me to cover. Again, we help restaurants, bars, bar and grills, etc. Mostly do more private events right now, but we also have a portfolio of clients where we help get more bums on the seats through doing coupons, this sort of thing, as well as birthday promotions. So hopefully you got some value out of this, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.